Hello everyone, and welcome back to the snowy and extremely drama-filled forest of Squirrel Clan, where our clan is settling in for their very first leaf bear, as much to their distress, all of the leaves have fallen from the trees and a thick layer of snow has actually appeared, giving me the idea that I am actually going to, pardon me, excuse me, just going to take these notes out and be like, seasonal events. Seasonal events. Okay, random generator question mark. Sorry about that. You see, we're a little bit late today because I have actually been working on some very interesting random generators that I thought we would need to go ahead and start using to bring a little bit more drama, add some more story flair to the legacy of Squirrel Clan. And it turns out I was completely wrong. Because once I settled in amongst all of you others, like Silver Pulp Star Clan friends, and we parted the clouds to check on how Squirrel Clan is doing, it turns out they had plenty of drama without me meddling whatsoever. So, yeah, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to say it that even though Chestnut Star is actually a little intrigued about this new cat that she stumbled upon, injured and invited into the clan, Moontuft, friends, I believe he is up to something. And that's not even me being biased. Truly, it's not. Chestnut Star has been hoping for kits and romance and wondering if she could potentially have the romance and the family that she never had in her previous life, and if it would even help her mellow out her fierceness to go ahead and perhaps be a little more holistic and empathetic with how she cares for her clan. So I was interested when another new male cat showed up, and actually she had a little interest in him. Except for the fact that Moontuft, as I mentioned, is absolutely up to something. Oh boy. Yeah, we don't need to roll any random generators for him today, friends. He's definitely adding enough drama tea to drown in, just all on his own. So, if you guys recall, Moontuft is actually a disgraced deputy that Chestnut Stalk bumped across last time when she was out on patrol, and she was intrigued enough that we went ahead and invited him to join our clan. After all, we had many sick cats, no medicine herbs to speak of, several new kittens that had been abandoned and discovered that needed food and support, and it seemed worthwhile to have a cat who's already had experience with the clans to go ahead and join us. Except for the fact that Moontuft happens to be a disgraced deputy with a very mysterious past and a very mysterious wound and a very mysterious behavior that he's already doing. You guys will see that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and we peer a little closer, like part through the clouds or whatever we do as Star Clan that basically can peer into their little heads, before we do that, I just want you to all to take note of where he is right now. Moontuft is hanging out over here, all alone in the apprentice den with Pouncebush, our deputy, the Squirrel Clan deputy, who really does have a very sincere and dedicated heart. He tries very hard to help out with taking care of the clan, but he does have a bit of a scaredy cat personality that has developed more and more fear over the concept of death and especially illness over the last several moons, to the point where he almost drives himself to distraction, worrying about what will happen if illness spreads through the clan, if he becomes ill, and lately, especially, if his beloved Prancetail, pardon me, a lovely female cat in our clan who he has had a secret crush on for a long time, if she'll ever get better, because she's been quite sick with none other than green cough. Thankfully, by the way, there were no deaths to my knowledge, because I see Pepperkit right there. Is everybody else okay? I think everybody else is okay. I actually think that Prancetail, either she's feeling better or she is trying to go ahead and get the other warriors sick. Get out of there, Prancetail. If you still have green cough, I swear that is such an irresponsible move. All right, but as we do every time we begin another day with our Squirrel Clan cats, there we go. I like noting where all of the cats are and using just this moment to kind of freeze frame all of what they're doing and make some assumptions about their behavior that we can add a little bit of that immersive roleplay polish to. And we've got the kids playing in the nursery, hopefully Pepperkit not getting her sister sick. We have up top in the leader's den, Chestnut Star with Flood Tuft. And I think that that's very interesting because Flood Tuft, who now I think is actually a little annoyed that there's 2 older cats with parts of his name in the clan, because we also have Flood Fern, the medicine cat, and now we have Moon Tuft. Like, what is this? Flood Tuft, he doesn't have a chance to like show his own originality. Ooh, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and make a little roleplay note on that, because that one, I don't know, don't you guys think that'd be a little bit interesting? How many of you grew up with people who also shared your name? Did you feel like you needed to like stand out from them a little bit? My name, like my real name is Sage, so I've only ever met like one little boy who ever had that, but I can imagine it would frustrate Flood Tuft. Like, I could see if you're talking to some of the other cats, sometimes they would think you were talking about Flood Fern or now Moon Tuft. And how is Flood Tuft going to stand out? He does have a bit of a jealous personality, and he also is very strict, and he does actually really look up to Chestnut Star and want to be a strong warrior who can have a place of respect in his clan. And thankfully he wants to earn it. Just how's he going to do that when he's surrounded by playful goofballs like Bloom Coral and these annoying apprentices like Eddie Paw? Like, what does she know, right? And also when Chestnut Star seems to be a little distracted lately, how will he get a chance to prove himself? So yeah, that's what's going on over here. Medicine Cat Den, it looks like Tangle Springs being sweet and going in to visit, let's see, Autumn Fur's in here with Flood Fern and her mate, Time. Yes. All right, so they're all over here. Everybody else, I think, is partying around in the clearing, except for Prance Tail. I wonder is she feeling better? We're gonna look at that in just a second. But the main thing I wanted to note, friends, is this. Like I said, Moon Tuft and our scaredy cat, somewhat nervous, perhaps not the strongest looking deputy, Pouncebush, alone, together in the apprentice den. And let's go ahead and introduce ourselves a little bit more to Moon Tuft, and you guys will see why I wanted to give him a clean shot. I wanted to just go ahead and allow him to have whatever kind of personality that he wanted to. But I think that this is quite interesting, that he's volunteered to guard the dirt place for some reason. He has volunteered to guard one of the exits to the clan. Why would a brand new cat, who by the way is still injured with a bite wound, a mysterious bite wound that he won't quite explain? I think he actually has a scar from it, it looks like. Why would he want to guard the dirt place of all places? He's just, let's just say that, yeah, he's extremely suspicious, especially because as a disgraced deputy, injured, with a history, Moon Tuft was cast out. This wasn't what I wrote. This is just what he came with. Moon Tuft was cast out of their old clan for some transgression that they're not keen on talking about. And he doesn't even mention if he had a good mentor. He won't really talk about his past whatsoever. And he is also very smart and somewhat strange. And I'm just extremely suspicious about where we're going to end up going with him. He only has average experience, though. I was worried that he was going to come in and just immediately be able to like knock Pouncebush out of the way, because I do get the strong feeling from him that, you know, if he came into a new clan, and I mean, look, he's okay. What? He's literally sitting in the leader's den spot in the leader's den. Yeah, I think fine. He just literally wrote himself friends. I know I really didn't have to do any work to make that happen. He's angling for a touch of power. Why? We don't really know yet. Is it just the thrill of power? Does he think that he could actually really help these cats because they're young and inexperienced, and he thinks he could do better to either be the deputy or leader of Squirrel Clan? Or so is it nefarious? Is it really coming from a good place? Is it to make up for something that he feels he was denied, to fill some void in his life? We're gonna have to find out. So far, at least, it seems he's definitely trying to go ahead and take Pouncebush's place. So let's actually check on something. Oh, ooh! So Pouncebush is actually sharpening his claws. He is actually much younger, almost 20 moons younger than our new arrival Moon Tuft. And I could see how Pouncebush might be a little bit nervous about this. He is a responsible, good hunter with low experience. I wonder if that has actually made him feel like he needs to be looking over his shoulders, or else his place as deputy might be taken from him. And if he feels like he needs to start doing more training or more of the border patrols to be able to gain more experience and prove himself. And actually, here's a thought, friends. We're just going to keep an eye on things, just a touch. And we're going to go ahead and we are going to see if there might be a challenge for the spot of deputy coming up in the next few moons. I think if by New Leaf we need to keep a close eye on like how these two are doing, we might actually see, especially depending on the relationships that Chestnut Star feels. Who will she trust more by New Leaf? Will she trust Pouncebush or will she trust Moontuft? I think that is going to be interesting. I think knowing actually that there's another cat who wants the deputy spot, it'd be very fascinating to see who she would like get to the next level of trust with first. Oh, that sounds really cool. And Pouncebush might have to decide, like, if Tanglespring could use her mediator position to kind of help the relationship so that she could really help kind of back up and secure Pouncebush's place with Chestnut Star, Pouncebush would have to decide, like, if he wanted to focus on his relationship as leader and deputy with Chestnut Star, or if he would want to focus on the relationship that he really wants to have with Prancetail. That's going to be really interesting. Yeah, this is actually, and he's sharpening his claws. This is kind of cool. I think he actually is suddenly aware, like, uh-oh, wait a second. This cat's not even being very subtle about thinking that he could do a better job being deputy than me. Yeah. Oh, and now, ooh, I wonder, look at this. I wonder, actually, if Floodtuft and Moontuft might start hanging out together just a little bit, because I could see Moontuft wanting to support a young and disgruntled warrior. And actually, what does Floodtuft? Floodtuft! Oh my gosh, Eddie Leaf grew up. She's no longer Eddie Paw. She's Eddie Leaf now. Oh, and he does indeed. You guys are right. He had romantic like with her. They did indeed end up getting a crush, like, or at least he has a crush on her from the training that they did together when they were younger. That's so cute. But it would be interesting to see who Floodtuft actually ended up respecting more as time goes on. Pouncebush, or he hasn't met him yet, or Moontuft. So that's going to be fascinating. And right now, even though we have a little romantic like with Eddie Leaf, you know, we can't just let bygones be bygones, because Floodtuft still, he's a little jealous and he dislikes her just a little bit more than he has a crush on her. Meanwhile, does she have a crush on him? All right, where's our boy? There's Floodtuft. She does have a little crush on him. However, she dislikes him more than a crush. So we'll just have to see where things go from there. And she's craving the taste of shrew, so maybe she wants to go on a hunting expedition today. But all right, I need to get a move on because I have been moving these moons way too slow. But come on, like I'm in love. I'm so in love with all of the drama that is just happening on its own. And I know I've been dragging out the moons a little too long, so I'll try to go a bit faster. And with that in mind, let's see how everything worked out last time. Chestnut Star rests her muzzle on Eddie Leaf's head and declares her to be a full warrior of StarClan, honoring her passion. So Eddie Paw is now Eddie Leaf. Woohoo! Congratulations! Your experience is very low, but she is now a fierce, great hunter. Yes! Maybe she'll go out to, I mean, she's craving the taste of shrew, so I wonder if Eddie Leaf might actually be a cat who prefers to do hunting most of the time. Some of the cats I think prefer training, like Bloom Coral. Some of the cats prefer border patrol, like Chestnut Star. I could see Eddie Leaf preferring to like make sure that the fresh kill pile is full, and I could see her earning the respect of cats like Autumn Fur or Flood Fern, the medicine cats, for that. And actually, I wonder, I feel like If Autumn Fur's kits are still sick, she'll probably still be a medicine cat. But if they're not, I'm going to see if she and Floodfern have gotten along enough. And if they haven't, I think Floodfern's going to kindly but firmly kick her out of his medicine cat den because she wasn't ever officially a medicine cat. Meanwhile, Primrose Paw, no longer Primrose Kit already, touches noses with Time Fawn. Oh, that's Chestnut Star's father, and hopes that they'll get to hunt first so they can make sure the clan is fed. That's adorable. So our little Primrose Kit has already grown up into Primrose Paw, and she wants to share tongues with Pepper Kit. Oh, that's cute. I wonder if she's actually super forgiving. Yeah, she's super compassionate. Oh, and so even though I haven't added it in yet because Pepper Kit did pick on her when they were younger, but I wonder if she's just trying to let that be water under the bridge now. That's adorable. And also, Prancetail. Oh, finally, Prancetail has recovered from green cough. Oh, that's such a relief. I don't have to yell at her for like getting the other cats sick anymore. Wait, and Bloom Coral no longer has a runny nose. So I guess that's good. But wait, I wonder if both of them recovering and then Pouncebush feeling like he has to train means that Bloom Coral is going to have more time with Prancetail. We'll have to see what Honeywing is doing because Bloom Coral's kind of stuck trying to figure out if he likes Prancetail or Honeywing more. Floodfern didn't look where they were going and tripped on. What is wrong with this unlucky medicine cat? Floodfern didn't look where they were going and tripped over a small trunk, gaining a few bruises. Floodfern, you poor thing. Nothing goes right for this medicine cat. I'm pretty worried about that. However, he has done a very good job because Viaheart's mangled tail has healed so well that you can't even tell it happened. Viaheart has recovered from the blood loss they suffered. So good job, Floodfern. He actually managed to help all of the cats that were sick for a long time get a bit better. However, now Pepperkit is still in the den with green cough, infectious. I'm very worried about this impulsive little kitten who was recently caught humming to herself. Oh, I wonder if she learned a funny little song from Honeywing. And then Autumn Fur, who's still really mad at Bloom Coral and Prancetail for getting Pepperkit sick. Autumn Fur is going to stay here to help out then. And I think if Floodfern, the lead medicine cat, has gained a little bit of respect for her by the time that, New Leaf rolls around or Pepperkit leaves the den, the medicine cat den, I could see him accepting Autumn Fur as a medicine cat. And I actually like that. I know you're supposed to be like a kit and then a paw, and then as you're a paw, you become an apprentice to be a medicine cat. But I actually could really see our clan's going to be more flexible than that. I think that's more natural because you shouldn't turn down help in whatever form it takes, I feel, especially if you're poor, bruised, no herbs collected Floodfern. Also, I just noticed, whoa, but oh my gosh, you actually get to see the herbs that you collect? That just blew my mind. There actually is wild garlic, poppy, and blackberries in the medicine cat den. I want to collect so much more to decorate the whole thing. This is so cool. Also, Moontuft is here because he's got that really weird bite wound that he just won't talk about. That's very odd. Okay, so now that we know all of that, let's go ahead and just check on what everyone's thinking about. Oh, I think Chestnut Star might actually feel pretty strong about a potential crush. Because she's helping to reinforce the nursery wall with brambles. Which reminds me, we were supposed to check on the abandoned kits. I even made a whole random generator for it. That's why it took so long. Dang it. We're going to say that she is going to remember at the end of this moon about those kits and to go check on them next time. Because I do have a random generator. You guys did have the opportunity to go ahead and save as many kits as possible by leaving those likes. And now we have our final number of how many made it. So I think, yeah, either she's going to like fall in love or become mates with a cat by next moon, and or we're going to check on those kits, and or we'll see where things go from there. But she's definitely thinking about kits if she's helping to like reinforce the nursery. Yeah, that's definitely happening. And oh, actually, let's go ahead and I want to just take a little peek at her relationships. Anybody? It'd be cool if you could sort by like the different like levels. Right now, she respects Floodfern more than Moontuft, but she likes both of them, and she's a little annoyed at Floodfern, so she dislikes him more. So I think that cancels out to mean that she is a little more romantically interested in Moontuft. Interesting. Interesting. And nervous deputy Pouncebush, sharpening his claws, getting ready for training. Floodfern is craving the taste of mouse. He's just having a hard time, and now he's injured, which I guess is a good... maybe that actually... You know what? I think that actually means that if Autumn Fur is able to go ahead and help him out by gathering more herbs or potentially like helping to take care of him, then I could see him developing a little bit more respect for her too. Autumn Fur, meanwhile, is staring off into space. I'm gonna interpret that as she's really kind of considering, like, wow, what do I want my future to be like? What do I want to do? Do I want to remain a warrior, or do I want to work as a medicine cat? Or maybe she could use her great speaker to be a mediator for the clan in the future. Pretty cool. Tangle Spring is wondering what Chestnut Star is thinking. Ooh. I think that means we'll go ahead and use her mediator this moon on Chestnut Star, which could be very interesting. Time Fawn is guarding the camp entrance, potentially showing that, you know, his new apprentice, Primrose Paw, how to do that. Bloom Coral is also guarding the camp entrance. Okay, maybe he is actually trying to go ahead and cozy up to Honeywing. We'll have to see what she's doing. Moontuft, sus. Suscat is sus. Honeywing is spending a considerable amount of time grooming. I wonder if she... You know what? I wonder... She would probably want to go with Primrose Kit on her first like outing to do some hunting, but I'll roll a dice and see if Time Fawn agrees to that or not. And if he's like, no, you shouldn't go, I could see Bloom Coral, who's sitting right there next to her daughter and next to her daughter's mentor, going, yeah, where are you guys going, huh, Honeywing? I could see him inviting her out on like a training mission or something like that. Via Heart, grooming herself, making sure that every whisker is in place. Strict Fantastic Hunter, still not quite sure. She hasn't really seemed to, at least, yeah, not really hitting any strong relationship with anyone just yet. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. And then Prancetail is helping to escort the medicine cat to gather herbs. That's adorable. I wonder if she's trying to make up to... all right, was she trying to make up to Autumn Fur? Because Autumn Fur got so angry at her for like getting the kit sick, or would she try to... Let's see, who does she respect more? She respects Autumn Fur more. So I think that she's actually going to go and help Autumn Fur collect some medicine herbs this time as a way of trying to apologize for Pepperkit getting sick. Floodtuft is feeling sassy. I do think that perhaps Floodtuft, I think Floodtuft is being talked to by Moon, and I'm a little worried about that. Eddie Leaf wants to do hunting. Primrose Paw, so sweet and willing to forgive Pepperkit. And then we've got, oh, Plumkit is scared after having a nightmare. Oh, okay, so that's everybody, guys. I'm actually super happy with this. Let's go ahead and do our patrols first. Chestnut Thar, let's do who I remember first. So I'm gonna roll a dice right now, and I'm going to see if Time Fawn, who wants to take his new apprentice out on her first hunt, is going to allow Honeywing, who is actually a fairly good hunter, she's a fantastic hunter actually, to come along, or if he thinks it's better if her mother isn't there. He actually thinks, I rolled the dice, it's a negative. He thinks it's better if her mother isn't there, so that means that Bloom Coral is gonna have a chance to go ahead and try to show Honeywing how cool he is at being able to go ahead and train his, well, oh no, like, Eddie Leaf, you're not the apprentice anymore. I'm gonna have to fix that, don't worry about that. Yeah, he's gonna invite Honeywing out on like a training mission or something. Because I think, or maybe patrolling, you know, get away from the other cats for a minute. All right, meanwhile, Time Fawn, let's go ahead and we're gonna take his apprentice out on her first hunting patrol. All right, there we go. Oh, it's actually, oh my gosh, are the events actually tied to the seasons? Oh, I'm once again fantastically impressed by the dedication that goes into this. It starts snowing soon after the patrol sets out, trying to bring back something, anything, for the fresh kill pile. Ooh. Despite the snow, the patrol manages to hunt successfully, finding mice underneath the leaf litter. Only a couple, but in this season, that's more than enough to count as a success. And as Time Fawn leads them home, there's a sense of security and competence driving them onwards. That's awesome! Time Fawn, congrats! He has average relationship. Did he develop a bit more? He's learning to trust. He isn't really, poor thing. But, alright, so they're not really, Primrose doesn't really have much of a relationship with her mentor yet. She actually seems to want to spend time with the cats that are her age, but we'll see how that works out. Alright, meanwhile, let's go ahead and maybe do a random type of patrol, because I think Bloom Coral is just desperate to go ahead and get Honeywinged and, you know, go ahead and come out on patrol with him no matter what. Your patrol catches the scent of a mouse nearby. Bloom Coral locates the mouse and begins to stalk. The mouse nibbles on the seed, unaware of the hunting cat. Bloom Coral waggles their haunches and leaps, pinning the mouse beneath a paw and making the killing bite. Nice! Did that, you know, how'd you do? How'd you do? Did you impress her at all? Romantic like is up a little bit again. Oh my goodness. Okay, just a teensy bit. Oh, reliance. Oh my gosh. Honeywing really, like, not only trusts her daughter, but relies on her and has just a little bit of dislike. Maybe they're kind of fighting just a tiny bit. Like, as Honeywing probably is trying to tell Primrose Paw how to do all her hunting. Because she's like, I'm a fantastic hunter. You should listen to me. And I could see Primrose Paw just wanting her space to go ahead and be able to try it out on her own first. All right, so that actually went quite well for that. Then I know that we're going to go ahead and have Autumn Fur go out with Prancetail, who is going to help for a herb collecting mission because, you know, we actually ended up having, we got one of the kids sick. As Autumn Fur pads through Squirrel Clan territory with their entourage, they feel a presence join them. Is this a sign from StarClan she should be a medcat? The connection wavers, and as quickly as the feeling of company appears, it vanishes, and we didn't even get any herbs. Wow, ouch. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, so if we add a random cat, oh, it would be Via Heart. Okay, so I'm actually going to send Flood Fern and Via Heart then out on an herb collecting mission because I think Flood Fern would just want to go with somebody. As the medicine cat pads out into Squirrel Clan territory, Via Heart tells Flood Fern about the dream they had last night and what the Star Clan vision could mean for Squirrel Clan. Flood Fern shakes their head sadly. They can't make sense of the vision. Oh no! Our connection with, like, Star Clan is really wavering right now. Probably not good. And then finally, I feel like Chestnut Star, she is feeling pretty curious about, like, those kits at the cabin. So I could see her going out, and if she went with a random cat, well, Eddie Leaf wants to go with her. So let's actually, Eddie Leaf wanted to do some hunting, and I think Chestnut Star kind of wanted to do border patrol, but we'll go ahead and Chestnut Star's priority takes over actually. So we're gonna go ahead and have her do border patrol because Eddie Leaf, I mean, she's a great hunter, but she's also, you know, not the leader. leader gets priority. The patrol is checking. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Again, Chestnut Star? Must you? I just organized the plans and the relationships. The patrol is checking along the border lines when they hear a startling sound, a hiss of pain. They quickly follow the sound to the source. It's a loner, and they appear injured. Proceed. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh wait, what's this? Oh no! Oh, this might have really upset her. The patrol warily approaches the loner, who doesn't seem to notice them. It's obvious that the cat is bleeding out. Chestnut Star attempts to staunch the bleeding and carry the cat to camp, but it's no use. Hopefully, the loner didn't suffer too much. Oh boy. That would be really upsetting for her. And a little traumatizing for Eddie Paw too. But I wonder if there might have been something familiar about this injured cat that causes Moon Tuft to perhaps catch a scent. We'll have to see. And finally, let's go ahead and we'll send out Pounce Bush and Flood Tuft to maybe go on a random patrol, and we'll see if Flood Tuft is going to end up respecting Pounce Bush more, or if Moon Tuft might catch his attention. Something skitters across the leaf litter, catching the patrol's eye. A little lizard. Pounce Bush is basically on top of the skittering lizard, and ends up doing a ridiculous hop to come down on it with claws extended. Fluttuff compliments them on the catch with a laugh and their meow, and Pouncebush agrees with them, purring with laughter. Oh, they got along! There we go! That's pretty awesome. Did that, like, Fluttuff, what do you think? Do you like your deputy more right now? Or, whoa! He actually really likes Pouncebush. Wow! Even though I was gonna have, like, dun dun dun, I think actually it would take a lot of work for Moontuft to get Fluttuft on his side. That is so cool. All right, let's have Tangle Spring. Tangle Spring, where are you? Tangle Spring, hold on. Eddie Leaf, for crying out loud. Tangle Spring. Eddie Leaf is just following Tangle Spring around. We're actually going to go ahead and we are going to have Chestnut Star come back because Tangle Spring happens to be wondering what she's thinking today. And I think we are going to because she likes Moontuft more than Floodfern right now because the dislike cancels it out, I think. I think he might come out to see what's going on when she returns almost inconsolable from finding that loner and them dying in her paws. And we'll see how this works. Let's see. Romantic interest increased, trust increased, platonic like increased, respect increased, jealousy decreased. Yeah, we're gonna, I'm seeding the possibilities here, but we're gonna see what happens. Boy, okay. Well, please don't die, Pepperkit. I would really prefer if you did not do that. But we will go ahead and end today, my friends, by popping over and seeing what Moon 10 might have to offer next time. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna be dealing with that next time. We're gonna be dealing with that next time. Wow. Poor Autumn Fur. Alright guys. Well, this is the way it goes sometimes, and we will gather here again in the starry StarClan Silver Peltness and figure out what's going to happen with their story next. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.